Hi guys, it's Rachel and welcome back to my channel. So, halata naman na medyo kakaiba yung vlog setting natin today because I'm currently outside. So, for those of you wondering, I'm by Gladstone Park. It's like a 15 to 20 minute walk away from home. And I decided to just go outside and go for a walk, kind of clear out my mind. And it's also fun because it's also beautiful because I'm overlooking the Fraser River right now and it's very calming. I also thought that this might be a perfect opportunity to talk about my next vlog, which is all about the costs or how much I spent before coming to Canada as an international student. So yeah, simulan na natin din. First off, to jumpstart my whole application, register ako for IELTS or the English Proficiency exam. That costed me 300 Canadian dollars. Yeah. And most of the admission requirements for IELTS want you to score 6 and above in all the categories, which is reading, listening, writing, and speaking. So yeah, there's a bit of pressure there because if you don't meet the required score, you would need to retake the exam and again pay another 300 Canadian dollars from your pocket. So you don't want that. So from the start, galingan nyo na with your IELTS exam. The next stop is nag-apply naman ako sa aking chosen school and program. So for those of you that don't know, I applied to BCIT and I took up Communication Design Essentials. The application process was pretty straightforward. I just created an account through the school website, and then I was assigned a student ID. And then from then on, I just followed the steps on how to apply to the program, and I ended up submitting the following documents. So first was my IELTS score. I also gave my official transcript, my diploma, and a letter of graduation. Because it was a graphic design course, I had to submit a portfolio showcasing my creative work. I also included my resume to kind of give them a background about my education here in the Philippines and what I did here too so far. And lastly, I also included a cover letter explaining my interest and objectives in joining the program. So there you go. And then after a couple weeks, ayun na, I received news of a second screening, which involved an interview with the department's program head. I don't recall what we've talked about in that interview aside from the applications that I used to create my designs, which were mostly from Adobe. So Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, Lightroom, yun yung mga ginagamit ko. And then after a couple more weeks, I got news of my conditional acceptance to the program. So, conditional siya because in order to secure my spot, I had to pay a non-refundable commitment fee of 1,000 Canadian dollars. So yeah, ouch. But yeah, I wanted to secure my spot and I wanted to ensure that I was part of the program, and so I paid for it right away. Kasi once this is paid, the school will issue me that letter of acceptance, which is the most important document in your study permit application, because this is your actual proof that you have a school to study here in Canada. Once I got my LOA, my letter of acceptance, I gathered all my supporting documents, filled out all my application forms, and then I submitted the study permit application. So the study permit application costed me 150 Canadian dollars, and then to give my biometrics or fingerprints and photo ID, that costed me an additional 85 Canadian dollars. So the total application package costed me 235 Canadian dollars. Next step, after submitting my application, I received news from IRCC that I had to submit a medical exam report. So yun, I went to their website to check out yung mga designated hospitals and clinics nila that perform the medical exam, and then I booked my appointment. The medical exam was another 300 Canadian dollars, and I got mine sa May St. Luke's here in Makati. And there was another follow-up request to submit a police certificate. As for my police certificate naman, I had to book an appointment with the NBI clearance, and to request for that police certificate only costed me $4.30, so it's not that bad. And then ayun na, I received news that I got my student visa approved, and now I was bound to fly to Canada. So the airplane ticket costed me 1,300 Canadian dollars. And then when I landed in Canada, all I had to do was to pay for the first semester, but my total tuition fee for that one whole year was 14,000 Canadian dollars. So yeah, hindi ko naman siya binayaran all in one go. I paid in 2 installments. So I paid per semester. Oh, other fees na hindi ko pala na-mention that involved my study permit application are the following. I had to request for my transcript, my official transcript, and that costed me $8.30. And at the time, I was also renewing my passport, and that costed me $34. And for those wondering about the accommodation costs, fortunately for me, I didn't have to pay for any accommodation fees kasi I had relatives here in Canada to live with. So talagang malaki yung natipid ko from that, because ang alam ko mahal talaga mag-rent dito sa Canada. You're expecting to pay $1,600 to $1,800 per month to rent here in Vancouver. So yeah, mahal siya. So hopefully meron kayong relatives dito, or you can like rent with a friend or a buddy just to lower the rent expense. So with that, in total, yung nagastos ko prior to coming to Canada costed me 17,200 Canadian dollars. So yeah, mahal talaga siya. Oh, meron din pala nagtanong, Rachel, dumaan ka pa ba through an agency or did you do the application yourself? And well, the answer to that is I DIY'd the application. So hindi na ako dumaan through an immigration lawyer or an immigration consultant or any other agency to help me with the study permit application. The reason for that is I had the luxury of time. Kaka-graduate ko lang from university, and I had my eyes set on just studying in Canada. So the time after I graduated to the time that I flew to Canada was all just free time for me to actually focus all my efforts into getting that study permit. So yeah, if you don't have the luxury of time, if busy ka, if you're working, or if you're a student, or if you're still studying, and you do want peace of mind, it would be good to go through an agency because they do understand the whole immigration application process, and at least you have someone to guide you through each step of the way. Siguro yung con ng going through the agency is you are paying extra for the professional service, but then again you have peace of mind kasi they know what they're doing and they know the standard that IRCC is looking for in the application. Of course though, if you want to do it yourself, you're free to do so as long as you properly arrange all your documents and represent yourself honestly in your application. You follow all the deadlines and you're very prompt in ticking all the tasks that you need to complete your application, then you'll be just fine. So ayun lang guys, that's what I have for today. I hope that na-answer ko yung questions niyo about how much it costed me to go here in Canada. Of course, if meron akong na-miss, feel free to comment down your questions below, or if you have any other suggestions and any other comments about what I can improve or talk about in my next video, also comment it down below. So yes, I hope that this information was helpful. Thank you again for chilling with me, guys, here at the park, and maraming salamat for listening to my video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!